Hi guys. I was on a bike ride, had some thoughts go through my head today, and I had to stop real quick and make what's on my heart. I want to say that riots are caused by us not listening to people. When we're not heard, we want to act out. And a great example of that is red zoning during the civil rights movement. For those of you who don't know, redlining was city planners and people who were making cities limits at that time. What they would do is they say, we don't want dump sites here, we don't want trash compactors here, or we don't want certain people of a certain kind living in this area, or nuclear power plants here, or something that almost causes a blemish or a black mark or a scar on where we're living and what we're trying to portray in this specific neighborhood. So they would redline it. They draw a little red line around it and say, we're not going to put certain things in these certain areas. Well, some families and some people would look and say, well, I can afford the mortgage here. I can live here. Why can't I live here? And they'd give them no answer. They would just say, you can't. So those people would say, well, what if I burn this building down? Will you listen to me now? They're not being heard. They're speaking. They've got logical thoughts. They're saying the right things, but people weren't listening because they want a certain image or a certain thing for that area. So what I'm saying right now is love and grace makes us incredible listeners. And when you approach someone or someone approaches you and you have love and grace surrounding you, you can listen incredibly. And let me tell you, when we listen incredibly, all limits are taken away. You meet someone in the feminine when you listen and love incredibly. They may meet you in the masculine, and you might want to meet them in the masculine. No, you can't live here because this certain reason. They say, well, we want to live here. We can afford it. Why are we being pushed away? Why are we not being heard? That's causing riots. That's causing people to lash out. We do crazy things when we're not heard. Think about it. I'll tell you right now, in my relationship with my girlfriend, sometimes when I'm talking to her, I see her mind going. And it makes me want to attack. It makes me want to lash out because I'm not being heard. We do crazy things when we're not being heard. It's wrong. Some things we're doing are, I'm going to say it, they're wrong. Let's stop for a second. Let's all take a breath as a nation, as a world. Let's ask ourselves, how are we listening today? When I listen to people, sometimes people call me from all over the world. I'm helping people and supporting people all over. And when they call me, there's been some phone calls and Skypes I've had where I don't say a word. And it's so beautiful. All I do is listen. And those people have epiphanies while they're talking to me. All I did was listen. I listened with love and grace. I stepped back, let them talk. Sometimes that's all people need. So today, let's challenge ourselves to listen to someone whose beliefs are so far left-wing from ours. That's okay. Listen to them. Hear what they have to say. You might learn something. They might learn something. Neither might learn anything, but just getting it out, voicing what we have to say, and moving on is all it's needed. That's all it's needed that could change the world. It's starting to rain. I had to get back on this bike and get home. I got about 6 more miles, but I just want to stop and say, let's fill ourselves with love and grace, and let's listen. When someone says something to you and you say, oh, wait, but I want to say this, right there's where you should stop and say, what could I learn here? I love each and every one of you guys. Remember, no matter what you're going through, stop, breathe. We're in the middle of a memory, guys. I love you guys, each and every one of you. Remember, be love, live love, give love.